take the railway that runs to Birmingham town. 3 hours out of Houston, they let you all get down. 11 minutes is allowed, we have to keep up speed, and the Wolverton refreshment room will answer every need.
Hi, DJH, BR Standard Class 5, 73 triple X. This is kit number K58 from DJH. I already said it's standard. I've got almost everything in here apart from the buffers, and I'm just waiting on those. So this is the review. It's an older kit, but it's been in the catalogue for some time, so I'll show you what's in the box. I thought I'd do this review a slightly different way. I've emptied the box, so I'm going to be putting them back in the box as I describe them. Right at the bottom of the box you usually get the wire. There's quite a bit here. For brakes, handrails, there's a bit of black wire there for the pickups as well. So that's that. I'm going to put one bit of foam in there. That keeps the next lot really flat. Here's a piece of brass. This is the photo etch. This is part of the tender. It's got some spacers, brake rods over here, the base, some ends and some top pieces as well on there. Really nicely etched. It's quite thick brass. It's not as thin as some of them you get, but let's put it down there, save flashing it all over the place. Sorry about that. Right, so that's that first piece in there. Cab here, as you can see, it's really nice. It's got a nice, oh here it is, checker plate, etched foot plate. The cab is all raised rivets. They've been etched into it, so we don't have to raise those. There's a couple of other pieces on there. I'm not sure what they are for exactly. All in all, it looks very nice. Nicely etched pieces. This isn't a fold line across here. If you see the etch, that is actually where a part actually fits into, so you know exactly where to put them. Put that away. Next piece to do is actually nickel silver. Sorry for the flashiness, try and keep that down. If I do that, that's a bit better. This is all the crank, all the valve gear on this here. It looks nice. It's got nice fluted coupling rods and all that. The back is quite plain, but the front is quite well etched, very well etched actually. So I'm going to put that away in here. There is a sheet of brass here that I'll put in the bag. The reason for it is it doesn't fit the box. It's actually slightly larger than the box. So what we've got on this particular one is we've got the tender again. This is all the brake linings and that on here. There's some more what do you call this, spacers. Sorry. The brake shoes are on here, and the coupling to the loco's on here as well, and the buffer beam. Again, nicely etched, nice and clean. No real bother. You know, sometimes you get the cheaper ones and they've got a little bit of brass left in them where it hasn't etched through properly, but these are all perfect. Second to last piece of brass, and it's a very small piece, so I might have to bring it in here. I don't know whether you can see that on camera there, but they're the number plates for the loco itself as well. So, but you could change these ones. You don't have to use those ones. They're you can buy them for whatever loco you're actually going to be building. And the last piece of brass is the thick chassis piece of brass. It is really thick. Show you in the pictures here. We've got frame spacers in here, and we've got quite a good detail on that there. Again, it's got DJH etched here as well. No, that's I thought that was a part, but it's not. It's on the actual piece. You don't need to put on the kit. There is one piece of this you're gonna have to, what I'm gonna have to do is this gets clipped off just here, and this piece here has to be filled. Now whether I fill it with plasticard or brass, I don't know yet. I have to wait and see. But that's the chassis. That's the first part we're going to be building. So, because we need to get that right. Okay, now we start on the first bag of pieces. We've got a little bit of copper clad here. That's for the pickups. We've got frame spacers in here. Nuts and bolts for them to be fitted, other nuts and bolts here for the rest of the stuff to go on, all nicely. There's one piece down here, I'm not sure what these are. I'll find out when I build them. Pop that in the box. Next piece up, we've got some nice castings. We've got the cylinders here. Some bits to the tender, I believe, or the cab. A lot of the pipe work is actually in white metal. You can get replacement ones in here, and I've got to check on some of this stuff. There's nothing broken or bent or in it. The weights here on the wheels, they're actually meant to be bolted on the outside of the wheel, so these are fine. There's something I'm going to have to put on and paint when I paint before I paint the wheels. No real flash on it. There is a little bit, but not much. A bit of a mould line to clean off, but that is it for those. And here we have another bag. It's got a smoke box. That's the bogey there. Some other bits and pieces on here. That's a smoke box. Saddle. Buffer beams are in here. Another one of those in here. There's even a shovel in here. So little tiny bits and pieces in here. It's got white metal buffers, but I want to change those to sprung buffers on this particular one. Lots of tiny little bits here to be fitted. Some of these you can't solder, they would have to be glued on. Right, almost there with the actual kit you buy. This is the tender, and this bit here is the tender. This piece on here is the cab. So we've got the back plate and we've got the roof to the cab. This is the back plate to the tender. Tender outside frames with the very good moulding on it, with the spring and axle boxes on there. Normally you have to put these on separately, but DJH have moulded them in. Nice castings again, no real flash on it at all, just a mould line to take off, so very nice. And the last piece is actually all the tender sides, foot plate, chassis for the tender, which is white metal in this particular case. A couple of buffers here, one for the drawbar, one for the rear. I see back of the tender, it's all nicely riveted. It'll come up really nice, that will, on the paint job, and some other bits and pieces on there. Again, no flash, very nice. That's it for the kit bag. We've got a couple of bits in cardboard tubes to protect them. The first one is the boiler and smoke box. Again, there is a mould line along the top, and it has been scraped off a little bit by the manufacturer, but not much. It's still there. It'll still have to be taken off and a little bit done to it. The chimney needs to be drilled out as well. There's another mould line underneath here. Looking at it, I might have to fill it, I don't know. I'll have to check with the actual one, see whether there's an opening between them. The firebox, again, nice casting, little bit of tiny flashing where the pin come in and poured the white metal in. Easy enough to get off, that is. Mould line across the top, and that has to be done. So I'm just pop this away. Right, this is the last piece of the casting. It's the actual foot plate itself. Unusually, this is all made in one piece, cast in one piece I should say, and it's got the boiler bottom on here as well. And the hole there is where the motor comes through. Again, nice and clean. You've got some spigs down here to clean off, but not many and not very big. They'll be very easy to clean those off. Plus the mould line as well has got to be cleaned off all around the outside of it. But very little clean up, very little clean up. There's even raised bolt heads on there. This is going to be a very nice kit to build. Now for the extras. These was purchased separate as you normally do. They're axles, axle pins, axle nuts here, or washers. I'm not sure which they are. Bit too small to see. We've got the bogie wheels here, tender wheels here, and we've got the driving wheels here. One lot of insulated, one lot not insulated. So that there, that's about, believe it or not, that's about 60, well, about £60 worth there. So you know, it's not cheap, and they're the best quality as well. Right, I'm going to pop that in the box. It's a bit hard because it's already full of other parts. The other part that I purchased was the motor. This is the Machimi motor and gearbox. It's the AM9 one. It's a 44:1 gear ratio. The red stuff in here is actually grease. They like to keep it well done. There's a gear in there as well you've got to put in. That's the only thing you've got to fit, is the gear, so that goes on the axle between the frames, so that's done separately. So there's a little instruction leaflet in there as well to help you. Again, around about 60 quid for this. You might say that's a bit expensive, but honestly it's not. These are built in the factory as is, and tested obviously before they come out. Portiscap do the same, but the Portiscap motor for this one is £90 with the gearbox, so really not that expensive, especially nowadays. The prices are going up and up and up, and because you used to be able to pick this up for less than £30, because of inflation and all that, it's gone really sky high. I'm going to pop that in the box there as well. Like I said, that is it for the parts. Right, here's the instructions for it. There's 8 pages of instructions, double-sided here as well. Extra parts you need to buy, crank pins, wheels, bogie wheels, tender wheels, all that sort of stuff is on here. We're going to go through. I'm going to go through and just tick every one, make sure I've got every piece in here. There's nothing missing from the kit. These are the kit parts here. One for the loco and this one for the tender. Some more written instructions. Basically, take a guide to take you through building it. which is the chassis is the first thing to build, and that's what I will do. It's got numbers here with the tenders, so can't remember which one I had there. Well, that'll come up in the build. Right, these are you probably best see is the boiler, main loco body in the blown up diagram. Now you can see where all the parts go. You've got the instructions as well, so between the two they covered everything you need to know, except for the way I build. Yes, I build everything. The boiler's bolted on, the smoke box isn't bolted on, I don't think. The cab's bolted on, so I'll probably build the boiler, firebox and cab, that bolt to the chassis separately, so all this top end can be put on and built without having to worry about the painting side of it, because this would be mostly black along here and this would be green, so the smoke box is going to be black as well, so we can do all the boiler banding while it's not together. All the rest is bolted. It is bolted together. I have seen some where they've actually said put a self-tapping screw in. That's a very old one. It's not a very good idea to do that. Replace the self-tapping screws, if you ever get them, with a similar size bolt, nut and bolt. It'd be much easier to take them apart, and you don't lose the threads if you over tighten them, which you would do with a self-tapping screw. Next here we have the tender. Again, the diagram says it all really. It tells you how to do everything, even the pickups to the motor are here, although the pickups will be on the loco as well. Quite nice there, quite nicely done. Like I said, it's all in the writing as well. We turn this over again, we've got the other part of the tender, where to put the lamp brackets. This actually tells you what they are, and that here, where to put the stuff on the top of the filler dome and that sort of thing, the ladder on the back or the handrails, the footsteps going on. Looks like it does have couplers, but I've got sprung couplers in the in my stock, so I'll put a couple of those in the kit, so I know I've got them in there. There is one other part that I've got it on the side here. Where is it? Here it is. This is the last part of the instructions, and it's the chassis and the valve gear on here. It's got an open framework motor. This is a machinery motor as well. Good motors, but they're old. I don't know where you can get hold of these, unless you get them hold second hand or something like that. That's the only way I think you can get them now. They're all the can motor types now. But it's good instruction, shows you everything. Every piece is actually marked with a part number, so you can't go wrong really with it, as long as you build it right. Right, there's one more piece to show you, and I'm doing this with all my locos now. I've got a few of these, and I'm going to be fitting them to all the locos that can be fitted with a DCC chip. This is a 8-pin socket, so your chips just plug straight into here. And I'm not putting the chip in, I'm just putting these in, so they're ready to fit the DCC chips in. I haven't got DCC, as all mine's DC, just normal no electronic sort of stuff on it. But it's there, it'll be in the kit, ready to go if I ever decide to go that way. Although, to tell you the truth, I probably won't because it's too expensive, you know. But if I ever sell the kit, or ever sell one of the locos, I could buy the chip, put it in there, so that's DCC, but as a DCC loco. Anyway, I'm waffling on now. I'm going to put this away. That's the end of the review. Won't be long before I'm actually starting this particular one. I've got another one that I've started. You've probably seen it. It's this one here. It's the Metro. Its chassis has just been done. I've got to put the motor in next to make sure that the wheels work fine. But that is it for that. And that'll be up soon. So hopefully we can get on with some of these bigger kits that I've got, and the plastic stuff as well, of course. JU88 I've got, no, JU87, sorry, JU87 the Stuka. I've got one of those to build. Anyway, that's it for the DJH. See you all later. Carla's coming from the sun, so goodbye from her, goodbye from me. See you all soon. Keep up the modelling. Bye for now.
Take the railway that runs to Birmingham town. 3 hours out of Euston, they let you all get down. 11 minutes is allowed, we have to keep up speed, and the Wolverton refreshment room will answer every need.